you've definitely managed pretty much any platform you decided to go on and, like, really mastered it. Even on Vine, like, what was the first Vine you did that really blew up? And then what made you wanna continue growing it?
Yeah, I think me and my brother had a YouTube channel, and so we just filmed videos for fun. It was like a hobby. We loved it, enjoyed it, did it for a couple of years, and then Vine came out. And so naturally, I just started making Vines because I enjoyed video editing and creating and coming up with the ideas and all of that stuff. And then the first video or if you remember on Vine, you had to touch the screen to record. And so we used the assistive touch bubble thing to like
Mm.
touch the screen and made it seem like the phone dropped down the stairs, but then like we were the ones to catch it. So people were like, how did you record this without touching the screen? And that's what made it go viral. And then we got a little bit of taste of like the quality or the level of video had to be for it to go viral, and that kind of unlocked like, okay, we need to go harder, we need to try more at this. But I think Logan gained like 6,000 followers, I gained like 3,000, and we were like, dude, we're famous, like this is it, like we're the coolest people in the
Did people
world.
start treating you differently at school?
At first everyone loved it, like my high school was supportive of it until it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then like that's when the jealousy of the peers came in. But I think we realized we were good at it, and then it was fun, and then we went viral. So it was like our first time going viral, and that was like a dopamine rush, and we were like, this is really cool, we can keep on doing this, and really just never stopped since that day.
How did the jealousy portray itself? Like, what did you start noticing?
Oh man, dude, it was crazy. Like people were tweeting all the time, just talking, saying things about me, saying my videos are cringe. There was like this anonymous account that would just go off on me every single day. And you know, in high school, if you get like one or two favorites on a tweet, that's like normal. Anytime someone would tweet about me, it would get like 30, 40, 50 favorites. Some of them would get like 100. So the whole school was like turning against me. These girls like made another fake account about me, and in person people were like saying, and then just like ostracizing me, Facebook pages, like all sorts of. And it got to a point where like I showed my mom one of the tweets from like someone who I thought was my friend, and she like called up their mom and was like, what the is wrong with your kid? Like we go to lunches together. Like she was friends with the mom, and like these kids were just ripping me apart, which, you know, like I I don't know. It was just like weird to go through, especially because at first they were supportive and wanted to be in the videos, and then it just turned into this whole like Jake Paul train essentially. And
How does it change your mindset? Like, being a teenager and having to go through that? I feel like you would either shut down or you would, like, be discouraged from trying more, or that might hold you back.
it made me like want to go harder. And once people found out I was going to LA, I remember one kid said to me, he was like, you're never gonna make it in LA. Like you're gonna go there, try to be like auditioning, and then you're gonna end up back here. And I was like, what does that say about you? Like you're already just back here. So like why can't I like go, even if I go and try and fail, we're gonna be ending up in the same spot. And also my teachers were a part of it, which is why I have beef with teachers. But my principal was ganged up against me. He was like, trying to get me to not film Vines anymore and like delete my account, and he hated me and was trying to like figure out ways to suspend me. My teachers would like gang up on me and talk and basically like torment me and say that like I'm never gonna do anything with this career and that I shouldn't drop out. And what is it that you're doing? And
Who are your biggest believers, though? Who was on your side, like, rooting for you? Was a single teacher on your side? Like, your
not a
parents,
single teacher,
Logan?
no. My parents were on my side, Logan was on my side, and Logan was experiencing the same
Mm.
at Ohio University. So, the frats wouldn't let him into parties, like, he was going through the same thing, so at least we could, like, relate in that sense, and I had about 7 to 8 friends in high school that were still on my side that, like, helped me film all my videos, so shout out to the shout out to those people, but it was, like, us against the rest of the school. Like, we would sit at a table and we basically, like, created our own squad. But it is pretty bizarre, like, thinking back, like, I think mostly for the teachers. I understand the kids hating and being jealous, and they're just my age, they're not emotionally mature, they don't know the impact they're having, but I think that's why just don't understand, like, teachers trying to block a kid's dream and ripping them down and all this stuff, um but that whole school is just a show of a school, to be honest, like, it's crazy has happened there, so
How important was your competitive nature with your brother at the time? Would you say that was one of the main things that kinda kept you and kept him going?
I would say we didn't really become competitive until I was, like, 19 and he was, like, 21. I think, like, right around when we both started YouTube
Mhm.
was when the competitiveness really came out of us for whatever reason. We both started vlogging and we were both growing really fast, and I think we both wanted to be the biggest vlogger, and so I think in that whole ecosystem, we are getting older, I think trying to prove ourselves, and that's when things got kinda crazy.
It was a really special time on YouTube. I just have to say, when you and Logan were doing the daily vlogs, Casey Neistat was doing the vlogs, like 2016, 2017, that's when I started. And there was something really cool about it still feeling new in
Yeah.
a sense. When did you realize that YouTube was going to be the next big opportunity?
Yeah, man, I miss those days. That was the peak internet, man. Things kinda suck nowadays, but, um, I think the whole I was super passionate about Team 10,
Mhm.
and I think influencers and that whole world was starting to be recognized by the rest of the world, and so you could feel this energy where influencers were, like, kinda the new celebrities or people who have the most attention, and it felt like it was just starting to blow up then, and TikTok was kind of also starting to go crazy, or Musically, it was still at the time, but you could just feel we were doing something different and something special, and no one had ever garnered the amount of views that me and my brother were getting as vloggers, and so I just knew it was this big movement. I guess just one thing led to another and, just going from platform to platform, just because as a creator, you had to adapt, and the new wave was to go to YouTube. It was Vine, then Facebook, then it was, like, Snapchat for a little bit, and then everyone started vlogging, and then that's where things really
Yeah,
took
I do
off.
remember that was the time when things really started to go mainstream, and then you had, Bizarrevark,
Mhm,
like a
mhm,
side
mhm.
quest going on at the same time. That opportunity come from YouTube, and what was it like going from, like, traditional media there to doing a vlog channel?
Yeah, so I had been auditioning in Los Angeles basically since when I moved there, and so I had agents and stuff who would send me auditions, and I got the opportunity to audition for this Disney show. It was basically a show about social media, like kinda like a iCarly spinoff, and as soon as I auditioned, they pretty much immediately loved me for it. I had to audition a couple more times, but eventually got the role, and that was always the goal moving to Los Angeles. One part of it was, okay, all these creators are in LA. We're gonna go there, collaborate with them, grow our brands, do more brand deals. Um, And then the other part of it was traditional entertainment. Like, we want to be actors, we want to do business, growing our careers in general. And so it was definitely felt like a big accomplishment to be in mainstream media on Disney Channel. I think it's one of the craziest moments of my life. And I think it validated what I was doing and why I was there. And it definitely put my career on another level. So
Now, this clip was brought to you by our sponsor, Opus Clip. Most people think Opus Clip is just a clipping tool, but it's way more than that.
It's actually a full-on AI video editor. It can pull your long-form content, find the best moments, add captions, B-roll, and even schedule your clips to post all automatically. It's basically your entire post-production team, but way faster and smarter.
We use it ourselves to turn long episodes like this with Jake Paul into high-performing clips. And right now, they're celebrating their 2-year anniversary with a huge giveaway. They're handing out $5,000 in cash prizes, exclusive swag, and even a MacBook Pro to one lucky winner.
And everyone who joins gets free credits just for participating. All you gotta do is head to opus.pro/clip-the-future right now to learn more and enter the contest. Again, that is opus.pro/clip-the-future. We also have a link down below in the description. You can just click it there. Huge thanks to Opus Clip for sponsoring this clip.